Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we dig into the source material. You send us your notes, your articles, all that complex stuff, and, well, we try to make it really clear and usable.
Yes.
And today, we've got a really interesting mission. It's all about getting past just knowing English words
Mm-hmm.
and actually using them fluently, like naturally. We're looking at 4 phrases you brought us, language chunks, really, that are kind of fundamental if you want to stop translating in your head all the time.
That's absolutely the core challenge, isn't it? So many people, really smart learners, they hit this wall. Not because they don't know enough words,
Right.
but because they're still thinking word by word. And English idioms, especially these phrasal verbs, they rarely mean what the single word suggests. Try translating, stand for, literally.
Yeah, you'd be lost.
Completely lost. So mastering these kinds of phrases, it's almost like a shortcut to sounding, well, more natural, more like a native speaker.
And these 4 you've highlighted: show someone around, stand for, make yourself a home, and help yourself. I mean, these are huge. They're everywhere.
Daily life, yeah. Business, social stuff, academic settings.
Totally. So our goal today isn't just like definitions. We want to give you the grammar, the situations, the sort of cultural feel behind them,
The nuances.
so you can actually go out and use them confidently.
We really want to push past just recognizing them. It's about application. We'll talk about singular versus plural, where the words can go in the sentence, even the sort of emotional weight they carry.
Okay.
These are the little things that really make a difference, that mark out a really proficient speaker.
Okay, fantastic. Let's unpack this then. Let's start with physical spaces, guiding people, introductions. That first phrase, show someone around. Okay, show someone around. Seems simple enough on the surface, right? But its power is in how comprehensive it feels.
Exactly. The basic idea is you're acting as a guide for a person, maybe a group.
Could be an object too, I suppose, like showing someone around a new machine.
Well, you'd usually show someone a machine. But if you're showing them around the facility where the machine is, then yes. The key is guiding them in a new location and explaining things. Points of interest, key features.
It's like giving an orientation, a service, really.
Definitely a service. And grammatically, this is important straight away. It's what we call a separable phrasal verb,
Ah, okay. Separable, meaning
meaning the object of someone can move. It can come after the whole phrase, show around the visitor, or it can slot right in the middle.
between show and around. So show the visitor around.
Precisely. Show the visitor around. That flexibility, it causes confusion sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that. Is there like a preferred way or a rule for when to split it?
Good question. While both are technically okay sometimes, actual fluent speech has strong preferences. It depends on the object.
Okay.
If the object is a pronoun, him, her, us, them, it has to go in the middle, must.
Right. So I'll show her around.
Yes, you'd never ever say, I'll show around her. It just sounds wrong, clunky.
Got it. Pronoun in the middle. Mandatory. What about longer noun phrases like the new manager from the European division?
Okay, yeah. With a really long phrase like that, splitting it can make the sentence feel a bit heavy. Awkward, maybe? I need to show the new manager from the European division around the main office.
Feels a bit much.
I can. So often, keeping show around together, maybe at the end of the verb bit, helps the flow. I need to show around the new manager, or just keep the object after. Show the new manager around. But if the object is short and simple, like the intern,
Then you have a choice.
pretty much. I'll show the intern around, or I'll show around the intern. Both work. It's more about style, or maybe what you want to emphasize slightly.
Okay, that clarifies things. Let's put it in context. Say a professional setting. New colleague starts, or maybe a big client is visiting.
Perfect example. This phrase really sets the tone, doesn't it? You're not just emailing them a floor plan.
No way.
It implies a personal touch, a narrative. You might say to the new VP, oh, I'd be happy to personally show you around the site on your first day.
And that means more than just, here's the coffee machine, here's the exit.
Absolutely. It's explaining how things work, the context, security passes, who sits where, maybe the unwritten rules of the coffee rota,
Yeah.
function and context.
Right. Or like in a university lab, if someone important is visiting, a grant reviewer or something,
Yeah.
the researcher might say, I'll show the reviewer around the experimental setup. That means guiding them through the whole process, explaining why things are done that way as they look at the equipment.
Excellent point. It's a guided tour with commentary. And notice the sort of social implication. Using this phrase means you're investing time.
Yeah, you're making an effort for their orientation, their comfort.
It's a basic act of hospitality, really. Formal settings, informal settings, doesn't matter.
So let's flip to informal. Friend comes to visit your city for the first time.
Same mechanism, different points of interest. You'd say something like, okay, when you get here, let's drop your bags, and then I'll show you around the neighborhood.
So you know where the good pub is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know where the best coffee shop is, or the nearest tube station. The key features are now about making their personal visit easy and fun.
I want to circle back to that little word around, because if you just say show, it's different. I'll show you the Eiffel Tower, you point at it.
Precisely.
Then I'll show you around Paris.
Yeah.
That implies movement, exploration, a whole area.
That's the absolute key takeaway for this phrase, the around. It signals scope, it's spatial, it's comprehensive, it means you're covering an area, moving through it.
Like you said, I showed her the house. She saw it maybe from the street. I showed her around the house. She got the full tour inside.
Yep. That preposition around does all the heavy lifting for the depth of meaning there. It signals completeness.
Okay, so that one's about physical space, guiding people through places. But like we said, not all boundaries are physical. Let's shift gears completely, from maps to meaning. Intellectual space, moral space.
Yes. Which brings us neatly to the second phrase. A really common one, but one that definitely trips learners up because it has, well, multiple personalities.
Indeed, let's talk about stand for.
Right, stand for. This one is just indispensable, I think, because it handles two very, very different jobs in communication.
Okay, what's the first big job?
The first one, and maybe the most common in informational contexts, is definition. It means to represent or to mean or to symbolize something.
So like explaining what initials mean.
Exactly. And grammatically, this is different from show someone around. This one is pretty much inseparable.
Okay, so stand and for always stick together.
Almost always. They act like one unit. And the thing it represents comes right after. You can't put anything between stand and for.
So you wouldn't say, what does NASA stand US for?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Terrible. Chaotic, yeah. The phrase is locked. What does NASA stand for?
Okay. And the most common place we see this is acronyms, abbreviations.
Definitely. Happens all the time. Any field with jargon. Think about finance, tech, science, medicine.
Right. You're in a meeting, someone throws out, I don't know, QBR.
It's QBR, KPI, DNA.
Okay, you need to know what those letters actually are. You'd ask.
Sorry, could you just clarify what QBR stands for?
Quarterly business review.
Right. The answer isn't about the concept of reviewing the business quarterly. It's just the words, the linguistic key.
And this is where learners sometimes make a little slip up, isn't it? They might ask, what does QBR mean?
Yes, that happens a lot. And, okay, the term quarterly business review has a meaning, obviously, but the precise question for the letters themselves is, what does it stand for?
So stand for is about the words, the full text. Mean is about the concept behind it.
Generally, yes. That's a good way to think about it for acronyms. Asking what USSR stood for gives you Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Asking what the USSR meant geopolitically. That's a whole different, much bigger question.
Okay, so that's meaning one, representation, mainly for acronyms and symbols. But you said it has another personality.
It does. And this one is, well, it's deeper, more about values, ethics, identity. It also means to uphold or embody or represent a core principle or a philosophical stance.
Okay, so moving away from just letters to ideas.
Exactly. This is when we talk about what people or organizations or maybe political movements believe in, their core ethos. It's about commitment.
So a company might say,
our company stands for integrity and customer focus. Or a charity might say, this foundation stands for alleviating poverty.
it's declaring your principles.
It is. It's an ideological statement. Notice how different that feels from just defining CEO.
Completely different. And the meaning depends entirely on what comes after stand for, right? If it's initials, it's definition. If it's justice or equality.
Then it's about principles, values.
Yeah.
The object dictates the meaning. He stands for election is different. Again, that means he's a candidate.
Yeah.
But the two big ones are representation and values.
Okay, representation, values. But wait, there's a curveball here, isn't there? The negative use.
Ah, yes. We have to mention this one because it seems completely contradictory. The informal meaning, usually negative. I won't stand for that.
Which means I won't tolerate it. I won't accept it.
Exactly, which is confusing. How can the same phrase mean symbolize or support positive things and also refuse to tolerate a negative reaction?
That's a massive hurdle for learners. How do you tell them apart?
Context, 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 and a key grammatical clue.
Okay.
When it means tolerate, or more often not tolerate, it's almost always used in the negative. I won't stand for, we can't stand for.
So look for the not or can't or won't.
That's the big signal.
Yeah.
And usually, the thing that follows is negative behavior or an unwanted situation. I won't stand for bullying.
Right.
She didn't stand for any nonsense.
Okay. So negative structure plus negative object usually equals refuse to tolerate.
That's pretty much it. Compare, I won't stand for disrespect, refusal, versus I stand for respect,
Yeah.
value. The presence of warrant and the nature of the object, disrespect versus respect, flips the meaning entirely.
So if you're listening quickly, you need to catch. Is there a negation word like not? And is the thing being stood for an acronym, an abstract value, or bad behavior?
Precisely. Train your ear for those patterns, acronym symbol, abstract value, or negated bad behavior. And the ambiguity really does disappear. It clicks into place.
Okay. That makes sense. Understanding meaning, setting boundaries, that's crucial. But so much of communication, especially when you meet people, is about something else entirely. Hospitality.
Making people feel welcome, comfortable.
Exactly. Moving from defining things to creating a welcoming atmosphere, which I think leads us perfectly to our third phrase.
Yes, the classic expression of warmth.
The language of real hospitality. Make yourselves a home. Ah, this one. I love this phrase. It feels so generous. But it's pure idiom, isn't it?
Absolutely pure. It's all about psychological suggestion. The literal meaning is zero help here.
Right. You're not actually telling someone to build a house in your living room.
No. The core idea, the invitation, is relax.
Yeah.
Get comfortable. And crucially, act like you're in your own house.
Which implies permission.
Big time. Permission to not be formal. Permission to access things without constantly asking. It signals warmth, trust, a really high level of hospitality.
The aha moment for learners, then, is realizing it just means feel completely at ease. Stop being a guest.
That's it, exactly. It's like saying, okay, the guest formalities are over. You're basically family now. Or at least, a very welcome friend.
It's kind of genius socially. It just instantly lowers the pressure on the guest, doesn't it? Guests usually feel they have to be super polite, ask for everything.
Sit up straight.
Yeah. And this phrase just says, nope, stop that. Relax.
It does. And grammatically, just like stand for had its rules, this one has a non-negotiable element too.
Which is?
The reflexive pronoun. You must have yourself for one person or yourselves for a group. It's mandatory.
If you leave it out, make a home.
Then you were talking about building. They decided to make a home in the countryside. Totally different. The yourself or yourselves is what makes it an idiom of welcome.
That makes sense. The grammar reinforces it. The host is telling the guest to perform the action of making themselves comfortable.
Exactly. You're empowering them to sort of self-soothe, find their own comfort.
And it's almost always used as a command, right? An instruction.
Yes, typically in the imperative form. But, delivered warmly, of course, it's a strong suggestion, not a harsh order. Please, make yourself a home.
And you mentioned the singular plural thing, which the source material listed. That's important.
Crucial for fluency. If one friend arrives, make yourself a home. If a couple arrives, or family, make yourselves a home. Getting that right shows you've really absorbed the grammar.
Okay, let's picture the scene. Guest just walked in the door. Awkward moment, bags in hand.
Yeah, that moment of maximum guest tension. They need direction. So you combine the welcome with this immediate comfort cue. Come on in, great to see you. Put your bags down there, coats on the hook, and please just make yourself a home.
He may be at something specific.
Yeah, like the kettle's just boiled, Wi-Fi codes on the fridge. Seriously, make yourself a home. It signals immediate access and ease.
It's like handing over temporary psychological ownership of the space. But is it only for that first moment? What if they've been there a few days?
Oh, that's a great point. No, it can be used later too, but the nuance shifts slightly.
How so?
Imagine your friend has been staying for 3 days, but they're still, like, whispering when they ask if they can use a mug.
Right, still acting like a visitor.
You might say, again, maybe a bit more emphatically, look, seriously, stop asking. Make yourself a home, will you? Grab whatever you need from the kitchen.
So it moves from a welcome to almost a gentle nudge, a friendly complaint.
Kind of. A loving push towards more comfort, like stop feeling like you're imposing.
And that implies access to everything, doesn't it? The fridge, the TV remote, the comfy armchair. No need to ask permission for every little thing.
That's the core message. It encourages the guest to drop the outsider feeling.
It also says something about culture, perhaps, especially Anglo cultures.
I think it does. In some cultures, that level of immediate informality might feel a bit forward, maybe even slightly intrusive if you don't know the person well. The fact that this phrase is so common in English suggests a cultural value placed on making guests feel relaxed and integrated quickly.
Less formal distance.
Yeah, breaking down that host-guest formality pretty fast. It's not just sit down, it's stop worrying, access what you need. You're trusted here.
It's a powerful gesture of trust and acceptance, really, removing the burden of constant politeness.
It absolutely is. Ultimate comfort phrase.
Okay, so that phrase grants psychological comfort, sort of unspoken access to the environment. Our next phrase is related, but it's more about granting explicit access to physical things.
Yes, moving from feeling comfortable to actively taking something.
Right. Let's dive into help yourselves.
Okay, help yourself. This one is fascinating because, again, it shows how adding just one little word, that reflexive pronoun, completely flips the meaning of a common verb. It's a perfect example. The core meaning is simple. It's an instruction or an invitation, telling someone they can take something or serve themselves something.
Usually food or drink, right, but maybe other things too.
Food and drink are the classic examples, yes, but also resources, materials, anything that's available for taking. And the key is, without needing to ask, without waiting for someone else to do it for them.
And grammatically, it connects to make yourself a home, doesn't it?
It does, same pattern. You need the reflexive pronoun yourself or yourselves. And it's almost always used in the imperative as a command or invitation.
And this is where you said it gets really interesting, comparing help and help yourself.
Yes, because the base verb help means to assist someone else.
Can I help you? He helped me carry the boxes.
Exactly. The action goes from the subject to the object, but add yourself. Help yourself.
And the action comes back to the person being spoken to. You take action for your own benefit.
Precisely. The direction flips. Help yourself means you, the listener, take the initiative to take this thing for you. It's not an offer of service from me. It's granting permission for you to act.
It's transferring the agency.
Perfectly put. Transferring agency for that specific action, taking the offered thing.
Okay, most common scenario. Food and drink. Buffets, parties, offering snacks at home.
Absolutely standard. If you're hosting, it's essential for practicality. You can't serve everyone at once.
Right.
So you put the food out, gesture towards it, and say, okay, everyone, dinner's ready. Please help yourselves. Maybe add, don't stand on ceremony or don't wait for me.
And if there's more, help yourselves to seconds.
Exactly. It delegates the serving task efficiently and makes people feel welcome to take what they need.
And again, that singular plural thing is vital. Addressing one person, help yourself. Addressing the room, help yourselves.
Yes. Using help yourself to a whole group sounds, well, a bit off, like you missed something. Shows you haven't quite got the natural rhythm yet.
But it's not just food, is it? You mentioned resources.
No, definitely not just food. It works for any tangible resource where access is open.
Like in an office?
Sure, shared supplies. The team leader might say, the stationery cupboard is over there. If you need pens, notebooks, whatever, just help yourself.
It means take what you need without asking me each time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe handouts at a workshop. There are copies of the presentation on the back table. Please help yourself.
Even digital stuff, like files.
Yeah, why not? If you've shared a folder of images for a project, you might email the team. All the approved photos are in this shared drive. Help yourselves to whatever you need for the client proposal.
It grants autonomy, stops endless, can I download this?
Yeah.
Emails.
It streamlines things, grants permission up front.
Okay. Which brings us squarely to that critical distinction, the one every learner absolutely has to nail.
The big one.
The difference between can I help you and help yourself.
Yes. This is where wires get crossed so easily if you're just translating literally.
Can I help you? Simple question, verb help. It's an offer from me to you. I will perform an action for you.
It's an offer of service. I am the helper. You are the recipient.
But help yourself. Idiomatic phrase, reflexive pronoun. It's permission from me to you. You perform the action for yourself.
It's a grant of access or permission. You are the actor. I am just enabling it. The social roles are completely reversed just by adding yourself.
And getting those mixed up could be awkward.
Very awkward. Imagine a shop assistant, instead of asking, can I help you, saying, help yourself, to a customer looking lost.
It sounds like, go on, just take whatever you want.
Right. Or the other way. Imagine someone offering you snacks at their home, pointing to a bowl of crisps and asking, "Can I help you?"
That feels weirdly formal. Like, are you going to serve me one crisp?
Exactly. It breaks the expected social script. So understanding that shift, help meaning service, help yourself, meaning permission to take that, is absolutely vital. It's all in that little reflexive pronoun.
That contrast alone really drives home how these little function words, prepositions, pronouns totally transform meaning in English.
They're like the secret code, aren't they? The grammar bits that unlock the idiomatic meaning. Hashtag, tag, shag, outro.
Wow, okay. That was a really thorough breakdown of those four phrases. Let's just quickly recap the core function of each one we covered today.
Sounds good. So first we had show someone around. That's all about guidance, orientation, helping someone navigate a physical space.
Then stand for. That was about definition, what acronyms mean, but also importantly about representing values or principles. And that tricky negative meaning not tolerating something.
Right. Then make yourself a home. The big one for hospitality, signaling deep comfort, trust, telling someone to relax and act naturally. Psychological ease.
And finally, help yourself, which grants direct permission to take tangible things, food, drinks, resources, autonomy in accessing stuff.
Exactly.
And what strikes me listening back to all that is how much everyday fluent conversation relied on these little 2 or 3 word units.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's often not about knowing obscure vocabulary. It's about mastering these high-frequency chunks that manage social interactions, set expectations, grant permission.
If you can use these 4 phrases correctly and confidently, you can handle a huge range of common situations. Welcoming people, explaining things, offering food, making people feel comfortable.
And the key now is application. Don't just understand them, use them. The very next chance you get, welcome someone, use make yourself a home. See an acronym you don't know. Ask, what does that stand for?
Put it into practice immediately.
That's what locks it in. That's how it moves from passive knowledge to active fluency.
We talked about how these phrases open doors, literally with show someone around, but also conceptually defining values with stand for, or creating comfort with make yourself a home. So here's something to think about for your own learning. How many other simple English verbs you think you learned on day 1, like get, put, take, look, how many of them are hiding completely different, really powerful idiomatic meanings just waiting to be unlocked by adding one tiny preposition or a reflexive pronoun?
That's the real journey, isn't it? Think about look at versus look into versus look up to, or put up versus put up with. The richness of conversational English often lies less in brand new words and more in understanding these mutations, these secret codes hidden within the words you already know.
Mastering those phrasal combinations. That seems like where the real fluency games are often made.
I absolutely believe that. That's where the language really comes alive.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for bringing us these phrases for this deep dive. We really hope that you, listening, feel much more confident about using them starting right now.
Yeah, get out there and try them.
Yeah.
Until next time.